You have been given a map. It was handed to you by your culture, by your teachers, by well-meaning gurus and self-help books. The map promises to lead you to a great treasure, a treasure called authenticity. The map has only one instruction, a simple 4-word mantra. Just be yourself. You were told this is the secret to connection, the key to being loved, the foundation of a life well lived. Today, I am here to tell you the truth. This map is a lie. It does not lead to a treasure. It leads to a cage, a comfortable, invisible cage of mediocrity and quiet desperation. The instruction to be yourself is the most insidious piece of psychological sabotage ever sold as a virtue. You are taught to find yourself. That is advice for the lost. The wise man, the Stoic, does not find himself. He builds himself. Think back. Use your memory as a diagnostic tool. Think of the job interview where your authentic nervousness cost you the position. You were just being yourself. Think of the difficult conversation where your authentic, unfiltered anger earned a bridge you can never rebuild. You were just being yourself. Think of the opportunities you never pursued, the risks you never took, because your authentic self was riddled with fear and self-doubt. You followed the map. You were authentic, and it has made you predictable. It has made you fragile. It has made you weak. You look in the mirror, and you see the ruins of 1,000 small defeats, and you wonder, why doesn't it work for me? It is not working because the premise is flawed. You have been trying to win a war by showing the enemy the weak points in your armor. The Stoics, the ancient architects of the soul, knew this. They were not interested in the fleeting comforts of authenticity. They were interested in the eternal strength of character. The problem is not that you are flawed. The problem is that you are unfinished. Your raw, authentic self is not the masterpiece. It is the raw material. It is the chaotic, unquarried block of marble. And you have been commanded to present this rough stone to the world and call it a statue. Today, we shatter that illusion. We are not here to learn how to be accepted for who we are. We are here to learn how to become who we are meant to be. We are here to trade the fragile mask of authenticity for the impenetrable armor of a deliberately constructed persona. Welcome to the Forge of the Self. To escape the trap, you must first understand its design. The lie of being yourself is built upon a foundation of 3 flawed beliefs. We will now deconstruct them, one by one, and in their place, we will erect the 3 pillars of a new, more powerful logic. Pillar 1. The raw material is not the statue. The modern world worships the raw material. It tells you your impulses are sacred. Your fleeting emotions are your truth. Your unfiltered thoughts are a sign of honesty. This is a lie. Your authentic self is raw marble. The persona is the finished statue. The raw marble is full of potential, but it is also full of cracks, impurities, and weaknesses. It has no form, no purpose, no direction. It is a slave to gravity, to erosion, to chance. To present this raw marble as your identity is an act of profound laziness. The statue, however, is marble transformed by will. It is shaped by a vision. Every single impurity has been carved away. Every line is intentional. Every angle serves a purpose. It is no longer a victim of chaos. It is a testament to order. Think of an argument with someone you love. The raw, authentic, you feels a surge of anger. It wants to scream. It wants to say cruel, cutting things. It wants to win at any cost. This is the chaos of the raw marble. The persona, the ideal self you are building, acts differently. It feels the same surge of anger, but it is not a slave to it. It pauses. It consults its own core principles: wisdom, justice, courage, temperance. It chooses a response that is calm, rational, and just. A response designed not to win the battle, but to preserve the kingdom. The persona is not a fake self. It is your highest self, made real through discipline and practice. It is the statue you're carving out of the raw material of your own nature. To be yourself is to remain a block of stone. To build yourself is to become a work of art. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. Seneca. Pillar 2. The uniform is not a mask. The second lie you are told is that the persona is dishonest, that it is a mask you wear to hide your true self. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of how the world works. A mask hides who you are. A uniform declares who you intend to be. Society is a stage. Every interaction is a performance. This is not a cynical truth. It is a functional one. The doctor you visit wears the uniform of a doctor. The white coat is not a lie. It is a signal of competence, of authority, of a specific role they have chosen to play. When they go home, they take off the uniform. They may be a nervous father or a passionate musician, but in that room with you, they are the doctor. It is their chosen persona for that context. You already do this. You have a work persona, a family persona, a friend's persona. The trap of being yourself is that it encourages you to wear a weak, inconsistent, and ineffective uniform, or worse, to wear no uniform at all. To show up to a business negotiation in the uniform of your tired, anxious, authentic self is strategic suicide. The Stoic understands this. They do not see the persona as a lie. They see it as a tool, a uniform chosen for the task at hand. The purpose is not to deceive, but to be effective. When Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, had to deal with a treacherous senator, he did not act as the authentic Marcus, the weary man who would rather be reading philosophy. He put on the uniform of the emperor. He embodied the virtues required of that role: authority, justice, and unwavering calm. This was not a lie. This was his duty. The persona is your chosen uniform for the battlefield of life. You define its qualities. You decide what it stands for. Is it a uniform of discipline, of courage, of unshakable calm? Unlike a mask, which is forced upon you by fear, the uniform is a conscious choice, a declaration of power. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Epictetus. Pillar 3. The open field is not a fortress. The third lie is that raw authenticity fosters connection. That by showing everyone your unfiltered thoughts, fears, and vulnerabilities, you will build deep, meaningful bonds. This is not only wrong, it is dangerous. Your inner world is a citadel. The persona is the gatekeeper. The citadel is where you keep your most precious treasures, your deepest hopes, your true vulnerabilities, your quietest thoughts. To be yourself at all times is to leave the gates of your fortress wide open, 24/7. You are inviting anyone and everyone to walk in, to inspect your treasures, to trample your gardens, to map out your weaknesses. A wise ruler does not do this. They understand that not everyone who approaches the gates has good intentions. Some are allies, many are neutral merchants, but some are spies. Some are saboteurs. Some are enemies looking for a way to burn your city to the ground. The persona is the calm, professional, and discerning guard at your gate. It treats everyone with a baseline of civility and respect, but it does not grant everyone access to the inner sanctum. Access is earned. Trust is verified. When you deal with a manipulative coworker, your authentic self might want to show your hurt, your anger, or your confusion. This is a fatal error. You have just shown the enemy exactly where your defenses are weakest. You have given them the emotional reaction they feed on. The persona, your gatekeeper, does not do this. It remains calm, neutral, unreadable. It offers polite, strategic responses. It gives away no intelligence. It reveals no weaknesses. It protects the citadel. This does not mean you are cold and isolated. It means you are wise. You choose deliberately and carefully who you allow past the gates. You grant access to your authentic inner world only to those who have proven themselves worthy. This makes those relationships incredibly profound, because the access is a rare and precious gift, not a public commodity. Your authenticity is not a banner to be flown for all to see. It is the treasure hidden deep within the vaults of your fortress, and the persona is its unwavering guardian. Now we arrive at the heart of the matter, the final piece of the puzzle that will change the way you see yourself forever. You have been living in a false dichotomy, a mental prison with only two doors. One door is labeled authentic, the other is labeled fake. You have been told you must choose one. This is the final lie. The opposite of being fake is not being authentic. The opposite of being fake is being integrated. The fake person wears a mask out of fear, and they are not even aware it is a mask. The authentic person throws away all masks and allows their raw, chaotic impulses to rule them. Both are slaves, one to the opinions of others, the other to their own inner chaos. The integrated person, the Stoic, is the master of the house. They have explored the vast, messy territory of their authentic self. They have acknowledged the anger, the fear, the jealousy, the courage, the compassion. They have seen all the raw material. And then, guided by reason and virtue, they choose which qualities to cultivate, which parts to build upon, which impulses to discipline, which virtues to project into the world. The persona is the conscious expression of this integrated self. It is not a lie. It is a willed creation. It is the ultimate act of self-authorship. Now we move from theory to practice, from understanding to becoming. This is not advice. This is your initiation. 3 rituals to begin the construction of your persona. The first ritual, the architect's journal. Tonight, before you sleep, do not write a diary of your feelings. Write a blueprint. Take a blank page. At the top, write the name of your persona. The statesman, the scholar, the unflappable. Then define its 3 core virtues. For example, 1. Unwavering calm. 2. Precise language. 3. Strategic empathy. Then, write down one instance from your day where your authentic self failed. And then write, with ruthless clarity, exactly how your persona would have handled that same situation. This is not a fantasy. This is a strategic debriefing. You are programming your mind. The second ritual, the uniform rehearsal. Choose one specific recurring event in your week. A team meeting. A family phone call. Before this event, take 2 minutes. Close your eyes. And consciously put on your uniform. Visualize yourself embodying the virtues you wrote in your journal. Feel the calm. Feel the precision. Then, enter the situation not as your old, reactive self, but as the persona. Observe the difference. This is your training ground. The third ritual, the silent veto. This is the most difficult. The next time you feel a powerful, authentic impulse that you know is counterproductive, a surge of anger, a wave of laziness, a pang of social anxiety, you will perform the silent veto. You will see the impulse arise. You will acknowledge it. And you will say to it, internally, a single powerful word. No, you will not act. You will pause. And in that sacred pause, you will ask, what would the architect of myself do now? And then you will do that. This is the moment the marble begins to yield to the chisel. You are not a victim of your personality. You are not a finished product. You are not a block of stone, waiting to be discovered. You are the sculptor. The raw material of your nature is in your hands. You hold the chisel of discipline. You hold the hammer of will. The idea that you must simply be yourself was a spell to make you put down your tools. Today, you pick them up again. The work is hard. It is the work of a lifetime. But it is the only work that matters. To stop finding yourself, and to start with ruthless intention, creating yourself. The blueprints are yours. The work begins now. Go to the comments and declare your new role. Write, I am the architect. Subscribe to the Stoic Citadel. Your training has just begun.